Okay, continuing on why testing is necessary. Why? Again, this is the second part of the level 1, chapter 1 or part 1. So 1.2, why is testing necessary? Based on the foundation level ISTQB 2018. Why test is necessary? So people make mistake due to failability, but also due to pressure. So for example, attention to the details, the time constraint, lack of knowledge, experience, and any software, any program code is it's present everywhere these days. Everywhere, everything that you do. From banking to e-commerce to cars. Oh my God, these days cars is even much more programmed than used to be years ago, decades ago. Electrical appliances, you can order food from your fridge these days. Arms as well, heating systems, and many more. So the failure of the system can result on financial loss, waste of time, loss of reputation, or in worst case, injury and death. I mentioned these in the first slides. So the test helps reduce the risk and potentially identify the failure before it goes live. Expanding a little bit more about the no attention to detail. So the detail-oriented focus, which can be a weakness in some cases, such as when attention needed to be split up amongst various tasks or projects simultaneously. Sometimes you find yourself working in multiple things and multiple tasks and multiple projects, and then you won't have the appropriate time and to be able to concentrate and do it thorough and properly. Time constraint. This is the most, I guess, it's one of the most used word when we're testing. You don't have time. So where the insufficient time is available may lead to someone into taking an action that they wouldn't do otherwise. And if they given more time to do it. Lack of knowledge. Yeah, there will be circumstances and situations that you don't know. You simply don't know. You can't know everything. One of the things I like about software tests is like you constantly learning, and there's always new things, new interesting things, new things to learn. But you can't know everything, and that can definitely affect the end result, and you only realize afterwards when it goes live. Experience as well. More experience you get, obviously better you get at it. There are some situations where experience speaks up when you are helping solving a problem or a situation, and when you will have an approach for determinate situation that can affect the end result as well. Okay, so here are some an overview of the phases, typical phases on a big overview of testing. So there's the different phases that you've been involved and worked with. So there's the analysis phase, which is really important to have testers in there as well, as early as possible. If you have testers involved in the analysis phase, it can help when refining the user stories and reviewing the requirements. It can help prevent defects going into the requirements and into the development phase. It helps reduce the risk of something incorrect or untestable being developed. At the design phase as well, it's good to have testers involved at that phase, because while the system is being designed and being discussed, testers can help thinking about how am I going to test these, and also can help understanding and reduce the risk of things that's going to be designed before it's actually get designed. Again, asking the questions and they're just being curious and being intrigued about what is being designed. The code phase, having testers working close with developers while the code is under development can increase each other's understanding of the code and how to test it. This increases the understanding, and it can reduce the risk as well of defects going within the code and the tests as well. And then the release phase. So the release phase is important as well to be involved, because you can detect failures that might otherwise have been missed, and support the process of remove the defects, support the debugging, and these can increase the likelihood that the software meets the stakeholders' needs as well and satisfy the requirements.